Hi guys, it's me, Kat. Mrs. Handy, are you? Hope you're all doing really well today. Well, this little video I'm going to do is probably a little controversial, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's about Hurricane Helene, and a lot of people, even my friends, think that Hurricane Helene was done by, the cabal, the black hats, that they're trying to strike back before, like their last gasp. But through all my coding, it's not the case. It's just not the case. And I'm going to show you what I got, okay? So bear with me. Okay, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I've been expecting, a fake World War III, which I think we're in the beginning of, although it's not being called that, with Israel and Lebanon and Iran. And that we'll see fake bodies, which we've seen in Ukraine already, right? So what makes us think that this can't be fake? I mean, I know there was a flood. I'm not saying there wasn't a flood. I'm just saying, what makes us think there can't be fake bodies on video from this flood? Because there can be, right? And the white hats really have done it. Okay, so here we go. And they have the best producers and directors, right? They've got all the best. They have the best special effects, the best costumers, the best everything. And I know people have gone by and seen bodies in the water personally, not just on video. I understand that. But they are probably fake, they're just dummies floating in the water. So Charlie Ward, this was yesterday on Charlie Ward. Today's the 4th, October 4th. It's a few days after the storm came through. And on Charlie Ward, I guess he has a news broadcast each day, but I didn't know that. And he has somebody reading the news, right? Because it's kind of their news and some of the mainstream news. And anyway, he talked about a company, I think it was in North Carolina, that wouldn't let its people be dismissed so that they could go home when the floodwater was rising. And the story goes that they were all climbing on a semi-truck to, escape the flood. And anyway, then they mentioned a name. And as soon as I heard the name, I went, oh gosh, we got to look this up. We just have to look this up and see what the coding says. The Gematria, A equals 1 through Z equals 26. And as you know, I use Gematrix.org, and I've done this for years. So, okay, so this name, this is who climbed on top of the semi, one of them, and was swept away by the floodwaters. It was Bertha Mendoza. Bertha Mendoza is, in simple gematria, it's 132. It's Princess Diana. Okay? Princess Diana, you guys. That's not a coincidence. Okay? Anyway, so to me, that's fake news from the White Hats. That's a fake news story right there. So right off the bat, I'm getting things like this. So then I looked up the storm name. Now, there was a storm that hit in the south, and it was years and years ago. I don't remember the anniversary, but Helene hit on the anniversary of the old Helene, okay? Because storm names can be reused. If the storm isn't, huge, they don't retire the name, as they put it. So there was another Helene on the same day. And anyway, Helene equals, in Jewish gematria, 83, and it equals kidding. And in simple gematria, it's 49, and it equals Die Hard, which is a movie, right? Danger, escape, and endgame. And I do think we're approaching the end game if we're not in the end game of all this that we've been waiting for 7 years, right? Well, and a lot of people way longer than that, granted. So, Hurricane Helene, when you put that together, in Jewish it's 509, and it equals disinformation, right there, and photographer. It equals, in simple gematria, 146. It equals power outage, central casting, and this is an important one, the word dead 3 times, and then child, and then I have to spell it, EAT dash ERS. So I'm thinking that maybe the underground tunnels aren't completely cleaned out, or they're just trying to remind us that they used flooding to clean out underground tunnels in the past. You know, one way or the other, they're referring us to bad things, right? So let's see. So why would they do this? Why would the white hats do this? And I think I'm sitting up too high, you guys. I'm sorry. My head's getting chopped off, isn't it? Anyway, why would the white hats do this? Well, let's pretend that there's still stuff going on underground. I don't know whether that was a reference to the past or current with what I just spelled. So, to kill anything bad, right? To keep people safe because of that. To wake people up, to go, wait a minute, what's going on? That's weird that came in so far inland, right? Usually hurricanes go up the coast, and if they go inland, they slow down. Well, this one didn't slow down. Okay. And I also think it's strange that you saw floodwaters very high for so many days in a row, because usually floodwaters, at least what I've noticed in the past, they don't kind of stay there. They're there and then they start receding, you know? So anyway, that was odd to me. I don't know if that's really true or not. That's just from what I've noticed in the past on the news. So why else would the white hats do this? It lets people be kind to each other. It's just an opportunity for people to be kind to each other and show love. And I think that's another big reason why they did it. Because people are, you know, they've kind of got a hard shell on themselves. But when there's a crisis, they step up. And it's good. It's a good thing to help each other. It just is. Okay, so this was a viral story that went around, and for all I know, it's still going around. So this couple, and they're engaged, John Norwood and Julie LaRue, Lerous. They always use names that are hard to spell or remember. Now I'm okay with this because I have a French last name, so Julie LaRue isn't hard for me, but for most people, Lerous, that's a tough one to remember, and the spelling and everything. So, and we have a John in there too, which I know is a common name, but whatever. Makes you think of President Kennedy and our junior. So, okay, so this is what happened. So the story goes, they looked outside and there was this is a quote from John actually, a 30-foot tall wall of water and rocks and tree debris coming at us. Isn't that funny? You notice tree debris. I thought that was weird. Anyway, and in the article, once you get into this article where this quote was online, highlighted in quotations was straight down, and then we all got washed down the river. Okay, well then you take these highlighted words, if sometimes they're in blue, just like in Gematrix, you know, the database I use, they're all in blue, just like the Steely Dan song. Yeah, anyway, I've got into that before. There's a line in a Steely Dan song, I can't think of the name of the song, but he says, all done up in blueprint blue. I think it's Peg, now that I'm thinking. I think it's the song Peg. And he says, all done up in blueprint blue, and the same as in the articles online. Sometimes they're in blue, sometimes you just see quotations. Okay, so straight down, I did that. And remember, he mentions tree debris wrapped up in this mudslide that took his fiance away. I forgot to even tell you the whole story. So this fiance Julie got swept away in this mudslide. And so straight down in Jewish Gematria, it's 1389. You won't even believe this one. It's JC, like Jesus Christ, uprooting tree. I mean, come on. And he mentioned tree debris just a line or two before. And it's JC uprooting tree. And it equals what a disaster. So, this is so fake, you guys. And in simple, it's 158, which is perfect storm, splish splash, because it was a flood, and trick or treat, because it's fake. It's a trick. So John Norwood, the guy that was left behind, in Jewish, it's 1872, and it's the end is not for everyone. This is so funny, you guys. This is so funny. John Norwood equals anyone seen my baby. I mean, come on. This is so fake. Hold on, I'm coming. Like he wanted to save her and he couldn't save her. Hold on, I'm coming. And then the Academy Awards matches. And another one that's pretty interesting, it says, not a Kennedy, just like them. So I wonder if one of the Kennedys played this John Norwood that we saw, the little video clips and everything. I mean, I haven't tried to figure that out yet, but it could be, right? Anything is possible. So then we have Julie LaRue, and it's simple 152, and it equals Black Swan event, because this was like the storm that came out of nowhere for most of that part of the country, and unexpected, all the because by then it was supposed to be like a tropical storm going inland anyway. So Black Swan event, the master plan, which is what this is, don't worry matches Julie LaRue, decode you are safe matches, and in Jewish 1489 it equals decode every message. Like every time you see something, like I've told you before, every time you see an article, don't take it for granted. Even if it's a viral video, it doesn't matter. Just tear it apart, look it up. Just take the name and do at least part of the name, if not the whole name, and see what it says. And you're gonna go, wow, this is fake. This whole story is fake. And I also do the authors of these articles too. So that's another way to do it if you want. And these authors of the articles will have weird last names too, or first names. Anyway, so here's another article about Hurricane Helene. At least 88 dead from Helene. Floods, massive power outages devastate Southeast. That was the whole headline online. And 88 is Trump. So whenever you see an 88, you're like, oh my gosh, that's Trump. He's signing it. And it's so funny because they updated the article at 1:35 a.m. and 35 is JFK. He was POTUS 35, right? So they updated the article and they said 89 dead. Well, they didn't update the headline, right? They should have updated the headline, but they didn't. They just updated what was in the body of the article. Well, that's stupid, right? I mean, that was on purpose. That's why they left the 88 in there. And then 89 is, then they say confirmed dead. And then they say, I say, not them, 8 plus 9 is 17. So you have a 17 in there as well. So you have 35, you have 17, and you have 88 right off the bat in the article. And then the article showed a few photos. And I saw this one photo and I went, oh my gosh, they're telling us stuff even in photos. I mean, it's so true. So there was a picture of two men walking, and you saw them from behind, and one had a t-shirt on, the other one I think had a regular shirt on. And the story goes that they were going to one of the men's, his mom's house. Okay, so his mom's house. And it's funny because there's mom in there. It always makes me think of Jackie and Diana. And okay, so let's see. I don't have it right in front of me. Here it is. Yeah, there's 2 rows of palm trees. They're standing here. Then there's 2 rows of palm trees. There's one here and one here on the street. Everything was in doubles, like twins, like twin coms, as I'm telling you all the time, because Jackie and Diana are twins, and Junior and John are twins, and that's a long story we won't get into. But, and then in the garage doorway off to the side, and there's like, I don't know if it was ankle deep or maybe higher flood water. And then off to the left of the photo, you see an open garage door, like an undercar garage. And I think it was a man and a woman, or I don't remember, 2 people standing in the mouth of the garage. So you have 2 again, you have 2 rows of palm trees, you have 2 people, you have 2 guys walking in the flood water. And then above the garage door was 2 windows real close side by side. So everything you saw in there was 2. And then there was the back of a Jeep or something like that with a tire on the back that you could see in the mouth of that garage. And it was like an O, and it makes me think of an omega, right? Alpha, omega. And, okay, on the back of the guy's t-shirt, let me see if I got it right here. I'm skipping around, sorry. So on the back of the guy's t-shirt, there was a 92, wasn't it? A 92 on the back of his shirt. And it was in it was just in different script. Okay, usually you just see block letters, block numbers when you see a t-shirt, right? Well, this had all the little points around it. I don't know how to describe it any better, but it was Old English script. And it makes me think of Diana, right? Princess Diana. She's always putting little comms out there for us. Thank you, Diana. And so it stood out like a sore thumb, the way the numbers were on his shirt. So anyway, 92 is Late Show presents, this is an awesome one, Gematrix Calculator Experiment, which is what I use for the database, Eyewitness, and Progressive Insurance matches. And we're talking about floodwaters, right? And in 92, and simple, it equals John F. Kennedy. So we already have had, Princess Diana in here. Now we've got John F. Kennedy. So everybody's like signing these events. Let's see, 92, it equals time to go home. And they were going to one of the guys, his mom's house, trying to go, I don't know, I don't think it was rescue her, but maybe it was. They didn't really say rescue her. So I think it was just to go help. Let's see, manipulation. So besides John F. Kennedy, it equals manipulation, disruption, and discombobulated. And in another photo, we have, let's see, the police were sitting on top of like a rescue vehicle with massive tires that lifts the vehicle above floodwaters. And on the back of the vehicle was a little sign, and it said FWC, and underneath that it said law enforcement. FWC is 32, it equals Eve, which is Jackie and Diana, life, and agenda. Also equals something that makes me think about the underground tunnel situation, right? The bad things. It also equals men, fate, and jail. So that to me was another nod towards the bad stuff that was happening either at the moment or was pointing out that it happened in the past. And then FWC in Jewish is 909, and it equals decode, you are safe again. And here we go with the bad stuff. Child, I'm just going to spell it backwards because of the algorithms. XES, and then predators. and then knock out all opponent. No, not opponents, but still, it means that, knock out all opponent. Like, get rid of the bad ones, right? I gotta go back. I skipped something. Sorry about the paper noise. So the two guys, I mentioned the 92 on the shirt. It was Thomas, Chaves, and I'm assuming you'd say Chavez, and Vinny Almeida, or Alameda. And we have like Vincent Fusca, right? Vinny. So, okay. Thomas Chavez is Jewish 1086, and it equals water. Unprecedented, because that's what the storm was, unprecedented. Crisis actor, save us. Acute stress disorder. I mean, come on. It's so obvious. And in both Jewish and simple, which is always cool when you find something that matches both gematrias, it equals ripple XRP, which I know is a crypto, obviously, but ripple like water, right? And then Thomas Chavez in simple is geoengineering, because that's what it was. And Vinny Almeida was the other guy. I don't know which guy had the 92 on his shirt, but anyway, Vinny Almeida, like Vincent Fusca again. And then there were double letters again, Vinny. And I always point out, when they have double letters in their names, or triple even. And it equals Jewish 1259, divine comedy. Life, oh, here we go. Life is a lesson in love. It's an opportunity to love your neighbor. That's what this is. And I mean opportunity because it's wonderful to be able to help, and it's not just good for the other person, it's good for you, it's good for everybody, right? So, okay, and then, so Vinny Almeida also equals power lines, and I think mostly because now I know it's a white hat event, I think the white hats cut most of the power. I don't think the flood cut most of the power. I mean, the flood probably cut some, but I bet you anything the white hats cut most of the power, It's just amazing, isn't it? And we've known that they could cut the power. This is not like a surprise, right? Anyway, so besides power lines, it matches an odd line. This is an odd one, but this was a tweet it's a famous tweet in all our decoding communities, from years ago. I don't remember what year. Senator Chuck Grassley tweeted this, and it was about, the tweet was his funny way of telling everybody it was time to cut the corn, and he's in Iowa. He's a senator from Iowa, and it was time to, because that's such a big deal for them, the corn's ready to come in. Everybody can make some money, right? So he said in that famous tweet, corn ready for to be cut. Now, he's trying to be, maybe they do say goofy things like that in Iowa. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, people from Iowa. I just don't understand. And anyway, but ready and then cut is in there. And it makes me think of the power, right? Corn ready for to be cut. Ready and cut is in there. So, okay. And it also equals, Vinny Almeida also equals, I don't believe in coincidences. And I don't either. Okay, Vinny Almeida, and that was Jewish and simple. It equals Hollywood, stay tuned, tall whites, and white hats. So Vinny Almeida equals white hats. Who did this event, right? I'm sorry I'm getting all wound up, but I just know so many people don't believe this, that believe that this is the bad guys still have their upper hand, and we're toast because they could do anything they want to us, and they're this last gasp of the cabal and all this, and I don't think it's true. I really, really don't. I don't think that they got any power anymore. Okay. Yeah, okay. Now, I don't always do this, but I did Almeida. I did just the last name. And the last name is in Jewish, it's 70, and it's Q, of course. I mean, it's so funny. And be kind. Okay, and it equals be kind. So yet again, another pointer towards everybody has to be nice to each other. We're all going to be helping each other. When this fake war, when this fake attacking happens to the United States or other countries, everybody's going to want to help each other. You know, like there won't be food, or there, you know, or very little food, or there'll be rationing, or there'll be whatever, and everybody will help each other. You know, nobody's going to hoard food. They're not. They're going to share. You know, they're going to share. They're going to help each other. Somebody has diapers, they'll give someone else diapers. You know what I mean? That's how it's going to be. Who knows how long? It could be a short amount of time. I hope it's a short amount of time, but you know, I don't know. I think that's the reason they just had the what do you call it? The port strike with the I can't remember, the longshoremen, is it? And I just heard that the you know, it's delayed until January, I think 15th, which I thought that was kind of interesting. They had it go just a few days, but was that enough to just get people to go, holy moly, the supply chain, they're talking about the supply chain again. Oh my gosh, I better get my stuff. I will buy the diapers or formula or whatever in the world it is that you really, really need, because you've been kind of primed for that through the crisis that we had, you know, before, where everybody was shutting their homes and all that, and they had the supply chain and all that stuff, and nobody wants to go through that again. So maybe they had the hint of this big long strike so that folks would go, wait a minute, I'm not going to have this happen. I'm getting what I need. And maybe it was just a way to do that. I don't know. Let me know what you think, you know, about that strike. I'd love to hear what you guys think. I think it's fun, you know, to get feedback, and a lot of you probably tell me I'm nuts, I guess, but I don't think the numbers lie. I really don't. Okay, so I got through Almeida is Q and be kind, and okay, I'm sorry because I skipped around on my reading, so I have to go find what I didn't do yet. Oh, that was it. We did it. Got through it. And nobody's killed me yet, but then again, this video hasn't gone out yet, so we'll see what happens. So, you guys, we are in a matrix. Everything is like a bunch of threads all working together, right? And some of the quotes in the Bible are true, I think. I don't think, you know, I think there's a lot that's not true, but all things work together that's good for God, or how the heck does that go? All things work together, even the bad stuff, they work together, and God is in control. I know it. I just know it 100%. I got that quote all screwed up, but whatever. You know what I mean. So anyway, I hope you guys can relax and not think the cabal is gonna like come after us. When you see these massive FFs, these false flappy things up on a flagpole, they're gonna be by the white hats, and there's a reason for it. So even though it looks like the world is ending, it's not. It's not gonna be ending. It's all going to be fake, and we will have to help each other. So get ready for that, okay? I love you guys. I'm sorry I was so wound up, but I don't know. I just want to get the point across that you're going to be all right, okay? And I know it's a war and that there are sometimes casualties. I understand that. So maybe somebody did die in the flood. Okay, granted. Most people and most of those bodies floating out there, and the story about FEMA not letting people come through, that's going to be fake. That's going to be a way to get people riled up to go, wait a minute, no, we're going to help. We're going to help. Don't worry about FEMA. We're going to help. That's what's going to happen. So, anyway, I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I'll see you soon. Bye.